Down a bit. There we go. That should be better. Right. Tonight's the night. We're getting this project finished. I have got the last few of the guards, the patrol units for this force. They need touching up here and there. They need pigment on the base, and then we are into mass matte varnishing to get everything tabletop. Loads of brown bases to paint, but yes, I feel like I can just crack on and get these guys done. There was one that I wanted to do a little bit of work on this start. This was the guy. If you're watching this on YouTube at some point in the future, this is all being streamed over on Twitch. It'd be great for you to come over there and say hello. If you're here live tonight, thanks very much for coming. Right, so the main job here is I need a black Templar, and I'm going to go and do all of the little joints and stuff in between all of these little guys. So straight out of the pot really, and it's just catching like all the bits in between the legs, bit at the back there, any elbow joins, anywhere where I think probably wouldn't be so blue. I want to chuck a little bit of the black Templar in there. This guy was pretty much there, I think. This was my first one I painted up as a bit of an experiment, just to see if I could get what I wanted. So I think I can put him to one side. Yeah, just on the leg joins there. Yeah, and then once these guys are done, that is it. That is the Union and the Enlightened completed for this project. I'll be very happy about that. Hey, Tuffy. How are you? Really like your buildings, Tuffy. Your Rorke's Drift buildings. They're very well done. Genuinely look really, really good. You must be quite proud of that project. It looks really, really good. It's got gold button material written all over it. Although you've won quite a few recently, you can't keep winning gold buttons. Gotta give us give us others a chance, eh? Yeah, if that's what that is, it looks really cool. You've done really great with it. Teddy bear fluff or fur or the innards or whatever it is. This is also allowing me to spot little mistakes, so I've missed off the 3 little rings on his arms here. Catch those as I go around. So these are probably the miniatures I've spent the least time on. I'm not, as in these for the Force, because they are just the grunts that will be, I'm sure, wiped off the table really quickly. So I'm giving them a, you know, tabletop distance kind of paint job where I just want it to look nice from that sort of distance. I'm not going to go into nth degrees of detail on them. Thankfully, there's only 9 of these guys and not like 50. Although it was a bit of batch painting, it wasn't to the degrees I've had to do in the past with big armies. Is the Rorke's Drift just like a personal project, like something you've always wanted to do, or is it for you know, you're planning for an event or anything like that? Is it just something you've always wanted to do? After this, what's next after this? Good question. I do have another thing being sent to me, so that potentially could be what's next. But probably, you know what? I don't know. I probably a break is probably what I'll do next, as I tend to after every project. It's just something you want to do. That's what I mean. It is a really cool thing. Hey, Cotton. Welcome. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I mean, at some point I will be painting a Bio Titan, so that's going to happen. But ideally I want James to do most of that. I'll help him get started, but I really want him to take it on, as it is going to be his miniature and his baby. So, and he's the one spending all the money on it. So, but yeah, I haven't quite decided what the next project is. I mean, if this goes down well, maybe it'll be an expansion to this. I mean, you know, that's kind of part of the Slow Grow League, is to keep this project going. I've still got lots of kill teams to paint. I've still got lots of Warcry to paint. I have the Insurgents to paint for Modern Warfare. Play a game with Gaz. Oh, Generation Pixel, thank you very much for that. That's really awesome of you. Thank you. Oh, that was I get confused. I get alerts. I don't know what's happened, but I get alerts on my admin panel that aren't for Twitch. That was actually an alert for YouTube. Anyway, someone just subscribed to YouTube. I don't know why I get alerts on here for that as well. I must have connected it somehow, but I just got a new YouTube subscriber, which is nice. If you're not a subscriber on YouTube, the Hobby Lodge. Salute in 2 weeks. Yeah. Wow, I didn't actually realise that. 2 weeks. Cotton, are you coming down to Salute? Have you ever been to a Salute before? But yeah, that'll be good. Looking forward to that. I will be. So Salute is a miniature wargaming convention. It's a one-day show. It's at the London XL. It's from like 10 till 6, I think. I think it's £10 a ticket, and it's it's a massive well, I don't know how big it'll be this year. I don't know what it's going to be like different, but it's probably the biggest. In fact, I think it is the biggest wargaming convention in Europe, I want to say, but definitely the UK. And it's a one-day event, so but yeah, I'm sure Tuffy can probably drop a link in the chat to it. So a lot of us tend to go. I mean, I go every year because I live very close anyway. But yeah, it's like UK Games Expo. UK Games Expo obviously heavily focuses on board games, some war games, but very much board games. Salute is 100% tabletop wargaming. There might be some board games there that are kind of like gateway games, but the majority, if not all of it, is tabletop wargaming. All of the big companies will be there. Hey Jim, we're getting there, buddy. We're getting finished. We know this. The end is in sight. We are getting there. Yeah, Cotton, if you can jump on a train, come down. I mean, I'll certainly be there. Some of us meet up the night before, if we can. I know the Beasts of War crew are sending some people over. You know. If you've not been before and you're able to travel, it's well worth it. How's your day, Jim? Been you good? All alright? Sadly, Dusty won't be visiting the Hobby Lodge tonight because he's currently cowering in the bedroom because of the fireworks. Why people insist on doing fireworks the week before fireworks night, I don't know. Hey, that's what they do. Completely forgot there was no weekender and had that disappointment that there wasn't one. Even though we got told there wasn't going to be one. I was like, oh no, yeah, they said that, yeah, oh well. You all prepped for your game tomorrow, Jim? Oh, you put some artwork up in the for your project? It's for your game tomorrow. I'm just going to do a really light white dry brush on some of the electricals, I know some people, I had some comments from people saying that's weird, like green lightning, but I generally didn't want to do blue. I thought a lot of the Union is blue, and then to have this kind of blue lightning as well, which I know would be the color to do it. I was like, no, this is my world, and this is, you know, for want of a better word, they stole it from the Skaven. It's warp lightning they've got. This guy's using, so I know it's not. It should be, but works for me. I think it's a nice contrast against the blue of the armor, rather than doing I reject your reality and substitute my own. Exactly. I haven't started. Been working on other community artwork galleries. Going to be late tonight. Going to be a late night. All right, buddy. Well, we'll hang out together. We'll get this done. We'll get through it. Yeah. Colin, it's always the same people that try and pick holes in what I do, and I just answer with, yeah, well, guess what? That's what I'm doing. Tough shit. I'd like to know who can govern what magical electrical energy and the color it should be. Pretty sure it can be whatever I want it to be. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yep, Jim, yep. Always gonna be back. Yeah. Oh dear, oh dear. The fun and games, eh? The one thing I do want to do on these guys is a little spot of white in the middle of their chests. We're gonna go Iron Man. We're gonna go a little spot of white, and then some of this green that I've got. They've all got these perfect little circles in their chests, so that clearly is where the old power source is, right? Makes complete sense. So we're gonna put a little dab of white in the middle of their chests here. I honestly, I prefer the green, because I just think the models are already blue. That is like the color of their armor. So, for me, just to then go blue electrical energy, it's just a bit too much. Well, frankly, too much blue. So that's why I decided to go with the green. And also, I could do it quickly because I had the Tesseract Glow paint, the technical paint from GW. So. Must admit, that did make it a lot easier to do, so I don't have to worry about fussing, painting, anything else. Good, exactly. I could go and look at what does Boston Dynamics think of the robotic enforcer. That's where we're going to get them. No, I've liked the memes recently of Zuckerberg renaming his company to Cyberdyne Systems. Even though he didn't, and he called it Meta, which is a terrible name, but... Why didn't he do it? He should have done it. He could have called it Cyberdyne Systems, and we'd have all collectively, you know, applauded him and hated. He could have been, you know, that could have redeemed him. That could have redeemed him. That's all we wanted. Or Skynet. I mean, he could have gone Skynet, but, you know, Cyberdyne Systems would have been a bit more subtle, in my opinion. You know, it's a bit more, less on the nose. Either of those things. Sure, James Cameron or whoever currently owns the IP would have been like, yeah, you know what, it sounds like a great laugh, let's do it. There you go, they've got their little glowy effects in their chest now. Oh, of course, yes. you're right, Jim. They retconned the whole Skynet, didn't they? And for no reason other than they ran out of ideas. UK Military Computer Center is based on Skynet Drive. Nice. Yeah, Terminator Dark Fate, man. Oh, God. They should have stopped after 2. Terminator 2, they hit the peak. We were all happy with that. Well, that ended fine. We was all good. There was no need to go any further. All done at that point. That's great, brilliant. Yay, well done. You completed the movie. But hey, you gotta make money. We can milk this a little bit more. Like Terminator Dark still. Yeah, we destroyed Skynet. Yeah, well, it just went through a bit of rebranding and it called itself Legion. Oh, damn it. Okay. Yeah, it's got like a new app out and stuff. Oh man, we're screwed. Yeah, exactly. Let's vlog this. Come on, we can get another few films out of this, and we can come up with reasons for why Arnie's still in it, even though he really shouldn't be. I'm gonna re-whiten the tops of this. Hit again with the Tesseract paint to give it a bit more, again, that sort of glowing effect. And to be honest, these are fairly much done. SMS, the future war, we're all waiting for massive new battle scenes. Hot babes, A10s. How does this movie suck? Isn't that famously where Christian Bale had a complete meltdown, didn't he, on set? Emac Zmac, thanks for saying hello. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, if I remember rightly, Christian Bale has a complete and utter meltdown, doesn't he, at some poor member of staff on the set. Yeah, I mean, Zmac, it's always nice to get someone new to say hello. How are you? Having a good weekend, I hope. Ah, awesome. Thanks for that follow. Appreciate it. Are you in the hobby yourself? Just whizzing through some Wild West Exodus here, trying to get to the end. Oh, you're having a holiday? That's awesome. Thursday to Monday, nice. That's a nice little break. Oh, excellent. What have you started painting? What's your faction of choice there? Death Guard, cool. Nice. My son plays Death Guard. Good boy, best faction. Actually, yes, Tuffy is also just finished, or in the middle of, and still painting Death Guard herself. And my son is painting Death Guard. They're fun to paint because you can go a bit wild. If you don't want to, you want to go messy, you can really go ham on making those things look pretty disgusting. Everything is a happy little accident. Nice. Yeah, I have a Necron army. My son also has Tau, but only as a kill team. Doesn't really have a big Tau force. Maybe 1,000 points if you put all of his Tau together. He's got a couple of the big sort of mech suits and stuff, but I wouldn't say it's a significant collection. Well, welcome to the channel, my friend. We were just discussing how awful things got for Terminator after Terminator 2. And why did they bother? And we discovered it's because that's what Hollywood does to every good franchise, is milk it to its death. Two Chaos Armies, Necrons, Blood Angels. Yeah, Puffy, you're a machine. Although I'm not doing too bad myself, Duffy. I've got demons of all 4 factions. What else have I got that's 40k? Necrons. I have Death Guard. No, Death Watch. Death Watch, right? That's right, yeah. And then tons of it unbuilt. Well, my son also has a huge Tyrannid army, so we have Tyrannids as well. Which in a couple of weeks, he will be picking up a Bio-Titan to go with his Tyrannids. That'll be a pretty big project to bring to the Hobby Lodge. I did wonder for a second there, Tuffy. I was like, she's... I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you'd paint an orchestra. Yeah, I mean, I never intended to have a massive demon army. It just kind of went that way. On the 40k weekend, I painted the Horn Start Collecting box, and then I painted the Tzeentch one, then the Nurgle one, then the Slaanesh one, and then just went on from there and got a whole bunch of other bits, and before I knew it, I had several thousand points of demons that have never seen. Yeah, they're fully painted, they're on the table over there on a shelf, and that's as far as they've ever got. They've never actually seen a fight. At times for the Nurgles. Right, it's time to dust the hell out of these boys. Time to huff some pigment powders. Yeah, so with ZMac, I paint quite a lot of Warhammer stuff on the channel, but also do a whole bunch of other games as well. This is currently a game called Wild West Exodus that I was very nicely sent to sort of preview before the official release came out, and paint up and tell people about. So, they getting new stuff, are they? Nah, I'm kind of done with armies now. Well, I say I think. I nearly bought 1,000 Suns. And Tuffy's hit on what the reason why I'm avoiding armies at the moment is because I'm a bit annoyed at the constant replacement of, well, it feels like a constant replacement of books. So you buy a book and then before you know it, that version's old and you have to buy a new book. And I'm just a bit bored of being in that race. So choosing to not be in it. I mean, I suppose I could just not buy the books and just use the app and not worry about looking in the book, but sometimes there are bits in the books that don't feature elsewhere. Go. There's a bunch of powder on them. I could really keep wearing a mask when I'm doing this, but I just forget. I'm coughing orange clouds later, you know why. Yeah, the kill team box was the last. Yes, it is the last. No, it's not. This happened. I don't know if I did post a picture of this, but recently I painted Archeon, and then I was out and about. I was like, oh yeah, I've got that Archeon paint. I'm gonna knock some stuff over. This is how much stuff's in it. Let me try and reach some. Anyway, so I painted Archeon, and then I was out and about. Like, oh yeah, I could maybe put something with Archeon, so I bought the Slaves to Darkness starter box. And then I went, oh, I wonder if I've got any other. Yeah, so that was the last piece of GW I bought. Was the Slaves to Darkness box. And then I went through all of my stuff, thinking, oh, I wonder if I have any Chaos Slaves to Darkness stuff. Well, yeah, it turns out I do. Turns out I have a whole ton of it. So let me try the torch. There we go. There's my Archeon. There's 2 chariots back there. There's Chaos Sorcerer, Chaos Lord. There's all the new stuff that came out. There's all the old stuff, Marauders. Chaos Knights back there. The guys on the horses, the Juggernauts. Yeah. So, there's probably a Chaos army coming at some point. There's nothing I really want. My mic, you say my mic's gone funny, Tuffy? It has, just let me know. I think I'm okay. Oh, sorry, there's nothing you really want. Sorry, I thought that little mug was the microphone. You mean from the new stuff? Yeah, there isn't. I need to pick this up because I was in there. We went to Bromley, but they're too far away from Bromley because that's where TT Combat have the Troll Trader have the sort of UK headquarters. They just recently opened it in Bromley. I think it's been open for a little while. We've never been over there. We went in there and they've got some really cool stuff. Looks like a really cool store. And it just so happens to be doors away from Games Workshop. So we went to Games Workshop, picked up a couple of little bits, and that's when I was like, I'll pick up the Start Collecting box for they're always good value. So, how's it gone, Stuttery? Oh, for crying out loud. 1 second. I'll keep talking. If it's gone stuttery, can you let me know? Is it still bad, guys, or is it better? Better or worse? Better or worse? Worse or better? Better or worse? I still just wait for a second. It's gone stuttery. Okay. What about now? Is it any better now? Hello, hello. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hopefully it has gone better. Ah, good. I have a bit of software called this voice meter thing. And you might have noticed the tone of my voice has changed maybe a little bit because this microphone doesn't deal great with bass. So yeah, I mean, maybe because I was over here talking, I wasn't. The microphone is quite directional, so maybe because I was talking over that way. But anyway, I've switched off that piece of software because I have noticed sometimes a bit of software seems to crap out. So I'll leave it off for now. Okay, right, where was I? Oh yeah, I've done the pigment powders on those guys. So now I want to grab my brown here. And I need to grab a big old brush. There we go. Yeah, so I picked up the Start Collecting box just because I was like, well, you know, at some point I'll probably do it. And those Start Collecting boxes are really good value for money, so rarely, if ever, do you lose. You're normally sort of technically getting something for free. By the time the big monster in there is normally half the cost of the box, and then you're normally done alright by the time you come. I remember some of them being insane value, like the one miniature was actually the cost of the entire box. Everything else in the box was technically free. I reckon in my time of collecting, since those boxes came out, I reckon I've probably had way over half of them. I actually have ones in my vision right now. I have the Sylvaneth, I have the Orcs, I have the Undead. I have a bunch of them just waiting for the day I decide to do a project with them. Because they're such good value. Especially if you can buy them at a retailer that has like 20% off or something. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I mainly got them for. Thinking like, well, if I ever want to do a Warcry warband or something like that, Start Collecting box probably has everything I need, you know. And then there's a massive miniature in there if I want it for something else. Like the Sylvaneth, I think the Sylvaneth box has exactly what you might want for a Warcry kill team. Not kill team, you know what I mean, a warband. And then you've got a tree man if you want it. So, you know, who doesn't want an awesome looking tree man? Yeah, exactly, and that's my issue with it. I'm not into just buying codexes anymore. I'm just not going to do it. If that means I can't have armies, then I won't. I'm sure, like many people in the hobby now, well, after a while, you end up with a pile of old codexes. Like it's quite depressing. You turn around and go, "Oh yeah, that was the one before the one," and I haven't had it very long, but I seem to now have 2 or 3 old codexes. Oh, nice, Jim. They're gonna have spooky going ons. Or was that a wait and find out? leg on this miniature feels a bit, don't like it. Might have to see if I can just fix that leg up a bit. He's only standing on one leg and it feels like, I reckon, well, hopefully I won't drop it, but if I was to drop it, that leg would snap off. While I was in the store, I don't think this is inside. He wasn't telling. I mean, Games Workshop are normally very secretive about stuff, obviously. But the guy in the Games Workshop store that I spoke with very heavily hinted at a New Year release, or not far into the New Year, for the Old World. You know, they've been talking. I don't know if that might be not news to people, but he seemed to think it was, yeah. Hold on to some stuff, he basically told me, because it's very close. So I have my old high elves that may actually be useful again. Goes into an abandoned Soviet bioweapons lab and find more than they. Oh, that's awesome! I really hope. Well, if I don't catch it live, Jim, I assume it will go up onto YouTube, right? So I'll definitely be watching that. Oh, good shout, Tuffy. Yeah, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be smart to do a dual release of the video game and the tabletop equivalent in the old world? That would be really cool. I would definitely be down for that, Tuffy. Great shout. Go and work for the marketing team. Ah, thank you. Thank you for that follow, because science teacher. Thank you very much. Yeah, the problem is, Jim, tomorrow is obviously Halloween, so with lots of little kids at 6 p.m, that's going to be prime time trick-or-treating, as you can imagine. But I will definitely, if I can't catch it, I mean, hopefully I can, because obviously it might not be me. I think my wife is taking my kids to, because we don't go, you know, the UK does Halloween, but it doesn't do it to the level, obviously, the US does it. And my wife is actually taking the kids to a street that kind of has a Halloween party. Now, I don't think I'm going, because yeah, I just don't think I'm going to go. So, if I am relieved and I'm on dog duty, because there will be fireworks tomorrow and my dog does not like them whatsoever, it gives me the perfect excuse to sit on the sofa and watch the show for sure. So that's what I'll hopefully be doing. And we're on 368 followers now. We are on target, I reckon, hopefully to hit 400 for the new year. That would be awesome. I'm very close to earning my first ever payout from Twitch, which is a hell of an achievement. I've never earned any money on Twitch, apart from a few awesome people that have donated straight to me. But just so you know, Twitch doesn't. I'm sure anyone who's run a Twitch channel knows this. Twitch doesn't actually pay any money out until you've earned £100 through subscriptions or bits and all that kind of jazz. I think my total is currently like £97 or something earned through Twitch. So very soon I'll actually get an actual payout, and that £100 is going to go immediately into buying probably a new camera. Exciting stuff, eh? So no, I won't be retiring on the old Twitch money too soon. Oh man, thanks for science teacher. Pro streamer, exactly. Oh man, that's so cool of you. Thank you. That isn't why I just said that. I wasn't like, subscribe everybody immediately. Well, that's really awesome of you. Thank you. Well, that's that. That will do it. That will actually, yeah. You've just made that happen, because that will go in. I think funny old Twitch, it keeps 50% of whatever it is. So I think that will tip me over. That will knock me just over that £100. There we go. So yeah, I'm looking at getting because at the moment I'm using a mobile phone. Yeah, you're awesome. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, science teacher. Hopefully I'm allowed to call you Jen. If I don't, just tell me to bugger off and I won't. I'll call you the science teacher. I get to get back to marking those books and making jewelry. Yeah, definitely. 100%. Yes, I've got some friends that use a camera called the Sony A5000, and it does something called a clean HDMI output. So essentially, when you're running the camera on a HDMI lead, you don't get any. You can turn off all of the interface, so you just get a really clean image that you can then stream. And it doesn't look like it's too expensive if you pick up a second-hand one. So I'm gonna probably do that. There will definitely be better cameras out there, like more high-end, but I think it'll probably be just the trick. At the moment, I use mobile phones, so the camera you're looking at me paint through at the moment is a old Samsung Galaxy S9, I think. But it does actually do a pretty good job. Bit of software, and away you go. I won't spend it all on sweets and comics. Or I'm off on my walk. Oh, enjoy, Jim. I will stay on for at least another hour. Yes. I might run out of content though, man. I might have to start reading a book or something to you. Because I'm not sure we've got another hour in these miniatures. Enjoy your walk though, my friend. Hopefully it's a nice day for it. Basically, I'll go around these miniatures twice. This is thrilling content right now as I paint the rim of bases brown. Start building the slot. Don't tempt me, Tuffy. Well, what I need to do as soon as this is finished, really, is continue building the table, which is taking shape behind me, and then learn how to play this blooming game. To make an appropriate pun, but it's a family show. No, I'm not getting in a jacuzzi. No one wants that. I know, Jim. I know, buddy. Have a great walk, my friend. When we find out that Jim's actually a massive secret Pokemon Go player. Wouldn't that be amazing to find that out if that was true? This is Jim going out. If any of you knew Jim, he's probably well, actually I don't know. Maybe deep down there are some deep dark secrets. But wouldn't it be amazing to find out that this walk actually is you going out to all your poker stops and you know, catching some whatever, yeah, just catching stuff. I was going to try and name some Pokemon then and instantly run out of ideas. Oh wow, awesome. That would be a bombshell. Yeah, there's a bunch. And this is where my mind would go blank. Titan Forge, I think, is a really good one. And these mostly, what you can do is, if you want to find them, is go on to something like My Mini Factory, which is just a website. Have a look at the sort of stuff you want to get. So search for orcs or whatever it is you're maybe looking at. Or, as Tuffy's just said there, go to Beast of War. It has an entire section on it. But if you go on to My Mini Factory, look up stuff that you like the look of, and then look at who it's made by, and then often you'll find they've got a Patreon. But Titan Forge is a really popular one. There is another one that's Something Forge. But again, one that I'm backing is one called One Page Rules, because not only do they do little rule sets, and it's like $1. I think it's £1 or $1. And you can every month they release another little rule set and a miniature to go with it or something. But some of them are really cool. But yeah, the way I tend to find them is by looking at My Mini Factory, looking for the sort of thing that I want to do. Like if it's vampires, for instance, then I would look up vampires, miniatures, and then find one I like the look of. You tend to find Especially if you see like someone who's made several, then they're probably someone who's got some sort of Patreon going or something. And then, yeah, flip over to Patreon, find them and support them. There is a bunch of good ones out there. Thanks for everyone hanging out tonight. This has been really nice. I don't like this miniature's leg. I'm really worried about it. I'm gonna have to, off stream, I might have to pop her off her leg and re-stick it because it feels very loose. This was a miniature that was a bit of a pain in the backside to build, if I'm honest. Feels like it's one good knock away from falling off. But yeah, the end is really in sight. It is not a million miles to go here. These miniatures do come on some pretty hefty bases as well. The thickness of this, the height of this base is pretty huge. Leave it as a trap for the... You broke my miniature! As punishment, they'll have to sort out my bits box. All the heads, all the arms. My daughter actually did that for me once. She wanted to earn some pocket money, and I said, you know what? I've got a really boring job you could do if you want to do it. I had tens of, like, loads of sprues. There must have been about 100 different sprues of leftover kits, and she sat in here one day up at the table. She watched the movie Hamilton, you know, the musical from Disney, and she clipped off every part of those sprues so I could throw the frames away and keep all the bits in a bits box. That was dedication. She did a cracking job. Actually, I think she watched, if I remember rightly, she watched her two favourite things. She watched Hamilton, and then after that, there was still tons to go. So she then watched Divergence, that series of movies. I think she watched one of those. This is, yes, this is the other half of the Wild West Exodus box. So the first half was called the Enlightened, and this is the second force now called the Union. And that is, yeah, once this is done, that is that box set entirely painted up. I'm really happy about. That means I can then focus on reading the rules and getting a game going. This is the only hobby in which you can say box of bits or bag of heads and arms and not be arrested. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll let her know. I'll ask her, Cotton, see if she wants to do it as a bit of contracting work. Oh no, Jim. Don't worry, pal. could open up a little sweatshop, couldn't I? Put my kids to work. Send us your boxes of unfinished, leftover sprues. My kids will cut them and sort them into boxes. You get a box of heads back, a box of arms and legs. Call it Dismemberment Industries. No, I mean I've got my big exactly. See, quick. I'll get it trademarked as quick as I can. Yeah, Tuffy. Even though I've got a massive bits box, there's a it's not a euphemism at all. Well, I don't use it. I have it. I'm like, oh yeah, I've got loads of bits in there. I could definitely use that, and I never do. Yeah. We're just starting a new business, Jim. We'll get you involved, mate. Dismemberment Industries. It's a family string. It's a family string. They wouldn't have a choice, Cotton. I would set the working hours, and it would be long. Five 10-litre boxes, crikey. Yeah, the box I've got is a big box, and I'm never going to use. I was going to give it. I probably will just give it away. I need to maybe give it to a club or something where people actually do like kit bashing events and things like that. Maybe. So I've just realised my hand is entirely in the way when I'm painting these bases, but you really don't care that I'm. I've got a few clubs near me. I might just reach out to them and say they want it. And then if they run any events, they can run a kit bashing event or something. Because actually, in GW Plastics money, there's probably quite a lot of money in that box, but I'm never gonna do anything useful. It's just a big box that takes up a lot of room. Shame no one buys bits. Must be there might be a company out there that just buys it all. I was making some Mad Max cars and took some of the torsos from Jim's tank kits and powered them on spikes. That's a cool idea, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if they do. I don't know if they do bits. Your Jim, I remember your robots were awesome. Yeah, see, I could do that. I've never been very good at the create from scratch thing. Maybe because I don't do it enough to do it. There's definitely money to be had. Like, if I could be bothered, you could break all those bits out and sort them. And, you can go on eBay now and buy the body of this and the arm of that and the gun of such and such. And they all cost you like a couple of quid or a couple of dollars each. So, in a box where you've got thousands of these bits, probably some actual real money in there. But it's just whether you can be bothered to go through it. Science. He's failing mathematics class. Yeah, actually, it's another thing. You could get students to do this stuff for you. Man. It's a shame we don't teach history, because then you could get them to paint tanks and stuff for gym. In today's lesson class, we're going to learn about the Panzer. The best way to learn about a Panzer is to build one. So today, yeah, it's a so by the end of the class, I want you to have built and painted this Panzer tank. Next week, we'll be doing tigers. You're not exploiting those children enough. Right, believe it or not, that is the Force actually painted. I now need to matte varnish the hell out of them. So in one way, yay, it's finished. In the other way, we have one last thing to do. Yeah, that's true. 100%, yes. I'm just going to turn my airbrush on. You might hear some noise. Yep. Don't worry, I've already been very high today on my brain's not working anymore, so there we go. Clearly I'm getting high too often, but it was spray cans this afternoon. Getting high on aerosols. As I was painting spraying the significant amount of Wild West stuff behind me. I know, man. I promise I didn't do any tagging. Mine's already wasted shit. Words are hard, man. Words are tough. Where's my little needle cleaner? God, it sounds like I'm all into drugs at the moment. I need my needle cleaner. I need getting high on fumes. Bad times. The whole building here, is it? You're only just learning this. It's like, oh, I didn't know anyone could hear that. Yeah, we're good. We're good to go. Right, we're good to go. Right, I'm going to move this off to one side so that I can bring it all in. I will actually put a glove on because I am going to do a fair bit. And you know what? I'll be a good boy and I'll actually put my mask on as well. I've not got the door open. Right, let me go and grab my mask. Go. Let's do this. You merely adapted the dark. I was born in it. I don't know. I actually don't know the lines from that movie. It's something like that. That's a mask, right? Alright, let's do this. We're going to go with... I have no idea if you can hear me or not. I think you can hear me. I probably just sound very muffled. But I'm going to go with the classic AK Interactive varnish, black matte varnish. It's actually horrible to breathe in. I'd rather breathe in toxic fumes than wear this mask. If I was only doing one model, I wouldn't bother, but because I'm doing a whole load, I will wear it. Let's go with something I don't care about first. I'm surrounded by assholes. Lone Star. How many assholes have I got on this ship? Ah, I'm surrounded by assholes. Yeah, it's a very Bane-ish mask. So I actually got this for when I was doing resin printing. We can't start on Spaceballs again, because I have to spend the entire time laughing like I was last time we talked about Spaceballs. And then we'll get on to how they don't make movies like that anymore. Which they don't, by the way. Yeah, different movie, different movie. But I must admit, talking with this thing on isn't the most comfortable. It is a good mask, but it's not the easiest thing to breathe through. I suppose it's doing its job, I guess. Should have gone out and done the shopping in this. That'd have been a good surprise for people, wouldn't it? I actually watched The Crow the other night, Jim. Still a fantastic movie, and at the same time, a tragedy. You have to watch it on Devil's Night, sorry. I didn't realise they still went on to make sequels. Obviously with somebody else, but I didn't even realise there was sequels. I think, well, I'm going to assume they're not worth seeing. I have that same feeling about a movie called The Lost Boys. There are other movies with the word Lost Boys in, but they have nothing to do with that movie. Yep. Yeah. Lost Boys is in my family, so my side, my brother, my mum, dad, my sister. Lost Boys is probably the one movie that we could all agree is amazing, and we've watched as kids and as adults many, many times. Absolutely. One thing about Grandpa, you okay? He goes to the fridge and gets his beer. The one thing I couldn't stand the color. All the goddamn vampires. Death by stereo. My own brother, goddamn blood-sucking vampire. You wait till Mom finds out. I genuinely thought Grandpa was going to be a vampire at the end too, like a good vampire, like a vampire that had just. I'm still not even sure if he wasn't a vampire. Like, he could have still been a vampire. But you know, just an old vampire that just couldn't be asked anymore with being a vampire. Had technically retired. I'd have loved that to have been. I think the movie would not have been ruined if he had still turned out to be this had enough, fed up old vampire. Yeah. I'd have loved him to be the vampire. That would have been amazing. Right, let me take this bloody thing off. Oh. Oh. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Exactly, yeah. Feeds, yeah, exactly. That would have been amazing, right? That's already better than the other 2 movies that I think exist. Maybe 3 movies. How hard is it to do that? That would have been amazing. It would have been amazing. Yeah, see, I think I reckon, you know, he could have been, right? Although he was out in the daylight, yeah. Maybe he could have been a day walker. Oh, look, there's a crossover with the Blade as well. Again, the first Blade, not the other ones, not to be spoken about. Yeah, man. If someone hasn't seen Lost Boys, you have. Well, I'm assuming everyone I know has seen Lost Boys. It's an amazing movie. I've got a frequent grandpa thing down. Yeah. Yeah, man. Can't put the Spider-Man, you can't put the Superman 17s with the 58s. They haven't even discovered red kryptonite yet. Every scene of it is amazing. Grandpa Lost Boys and Blade now in the same cinematic universe. Yep. Yep. He's a day walker. That's it. It's confirmed. Confirmed day walker. Grandpa was the first day walker. It is written, and so it shall be. Decided to start talking. First come, first staked. The one that looked like Twisted Sister. Holy shit, is he Attack of Eddie Monster? Everyone, go and watch Lost Boys right now. Let's end this stream and all go and watch Lost Boys. It's the most amazing movie ever. Lost Boys could definitely be up there in my top 10 favourite movies. I've seen it so many times. I even wanted the dog called Nanook for some time. Our dog was a hair's breadth away from being called Nanook. Yeah. Watch party. Yeah, that's right. That would be good. I think technically you could do a watch party because I think Lost Boys is on Amazon. It's an amazing movie. It's absolutely amazing. And I can definitely say I liked it before it was cool to like it, because I remember watching it when it originally came out. Now it is a classic, a cult classic. I liked it before it was a cult classic. Big Trouble in Little China. Of course. We would get on very well, science teacher. In fact, when you're down, we'll have to stick these on. You know, we have a very similar taste in movies, by the sounds of it. That's not being hitting on your girl, by the way, Jim. Backing off, man. I'm backing off. You know, whoa, 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 whoa. It's all in the reflexes. Oh, yeah. And this is where we go onto that subject of they don't make movies like these anymore. They're not allowed to make movies like these anymore. You wouldn't be allowed. Someone would find a problem with it and you wouldn't be allowed it anymore. Right, I think I'm going to let these dry and then I'm going to chuck them under the camera. Princess Bride is very funny. I can easily watch that. But then I immediately go to movies like Kroll and stuff like that, and think about those movies when I think about movies like Princess Bride. Just because I love, like, this is a test. People will think this movie, I don't know whether even people have heard of this movie or think it's rubbish, but Beastmaster, there we go. I'll chuck one out there that's a little less known fantasy movie. Watch Kroll in the theatre. Oh man. Beastmaster, yeah, okay, there we go. Yeah. Beastmaster is freaking awesome. Yeah. Yeah, oh man, yeah. I mean, yeah. Oh, that movie, man. So good. I can remember watching it, and the most badass part of it is when his dad draws his sword and like carves the line in the sand. I can remember when I saw that, I was like, oh man, that guy's badass. He's like, this is the line, and he draws. It's a shame that he dies very quickly afterwards, but that's like, he doesn't muck about. He draws the line in the sand and says, this is it. Yeah, so bad it's good. There's just some scenes. There's scenes in it that are just awesome. That are just so cool. When they're pouring the green goo into their ears and then screwing the masks on those berserkers, and they go mad. Oh, did they make? I didn't actually know that they made. Well, I suppose it makes sense. They probably did make sequels, but they're not sequels I'm aware of. Right, let me grab a bit of paper. Yeah, I mean, that's what I grew up on. I grew up on watching loads of old fantasy movies, uh, action movies. Kodo, oh man, yeah, Kodo and Podo, man. Which one of it, spoilers, which one of it, I can't remember, is it Podo that falls into the fire? I can't remember. Yeah. They make up for it when they have the babies. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. Yeah. Of course, it also wasn't bad that back in them days, old fantasy movies, as a young adolescent, fantasy movies back then mostly had scantily clad women in them, which, you know, was never a bad thing. And I suppose the ladies did also get a, you know, if you're that way inclined, you also did get pretty hunky topless men in it as well, so the weasel Frodo fell into the fires of Mount Doom. Yeah, this is done. So if I bring the camera down and get a bit of a look at them. I need to actually be able to see myself, so I need to turn my camera on. Yeah, so there we go. So look, the tabletop condition, right? They're definitely on some of the troopers. I didn't go all out. I kind of just went with what I think would look nice on the table. But I think now now it's a complete force. Bit of cleaning up on that base down there to do, I can see. But now it's a complete force. It's going to look fine. It's going to look really nice on the table. I think the green works well against the blue. And the bases have come out nicely as well. So yeah, there we go. That is the Union. All done and dusted. Oh, speed bikes are alright, they've come out okay. Old Union Bell back there, I think I need to re-glue her leg. That's about the only thing I'm going to do to fix her. But I like the main guy, he came out alright. Yeah, there we go. Job's a good one. Yeah, that's what I wanted. I wanted it to be a little bit different because the box art obviously shows these guys with classic kind of blue lightning, and that would be normally fine. But I kind of felt like I was already doing blue armor to then have light blue electricity going around them. I thought, sod it, I'm going to go with green because, one, I wanted to try out this paint. So I've not really used this paint much before. So this is Tesseract Glow, and it's a technical paint from GW. So I wanted to give that a play. And I thought it might pop nice against the sand colour, so the yellow of the sand and the blue and gold of the armour. Yeah, the cowboy hat guy is pretty cool. Yeah, come out alright. He's more your traditional looking like a cowboy. So yeah, a few little cleanups like that one there. It's got a bit of it just rubs off, to be honest. Rub it off. But yeah, that's it. Job done. I have 2 fully painted forces to stick on the table. Excellent. I'm super happy. yeah, now I just need to learn the game and do that. That's really cool. I'll show you the well, I'll take the camera with me and I'll show you what I've been doing on the table behind me, so you can see where these guys are going to go. So forgive the little jerky camera for a second. So I'll try and shout because I don't know how much this is going to be, how much the microphone will pick up. Focus you. So yeah, I've been putting together a sort of Wild West table and then adding some bits from a Star Wars box I've got and some other bits to weird it up a bit. So I don't want it to be fully Wild West. Yeah. I've already got the other force on the table there. I've got a mine going on over there. Got sort of a main street with a hotel, got a brothel in it, got a sheriff's office, general store, an old farm out the back there. The hangings take place because every Old West. Yeah. That's that. Then these guys will feature on there very shortly. Very happy. You got to have a exactly. You got to have a brothel. You can't have a Wild West town and then not be a brothel. It's high noon indeed, Tuffy. Thanks, Jim. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I only started this. When did I get this box? No, it's 2 weeks. I've had it 2 weeks, I think. Well, exactly. You can't do a Wild West town, even in the future, in the weird Wild West. You can't have a Wild West town without a brothel, right? And even if I've got a hotel, well, we all know what the hotel's being used for in a Wild West town. So, you know, call it by another name if you wish, but we all know that's what it is. In fact, even the saloon, we all know what that's being used for as well. So, the Wild West. Yes, I've heard. You did mention, Jim, the balcony. You 100% need a balcony, because where are your ladies going to hang out if there's no balcony? You know, that's obvious. They need a place to hang out, right? So yeah, these need to go up on the table, and that's it. We're done. We're done. The next project can begin. I need to learn the rules, and then the next time we look at this game, I'm hoping we are playing a game of it. Quick and the Dead. Yeah? Quick and the Dead. Pretty good. Instant scenes that pop to mind are, although the shooting at the end is ridiculous because he's literally the greatest shot in the world to hit everybody. But when he's Hugh Jackman's buying him a Gene Hackman, sorry, is buying a gun for the priest. what's the cheapest piece of whatever it is, piece of crap you've got? He's showing him all these fancy guns. He ends up buying him a gun for $5 or whatever it was. That's another good movie. I enjoy that movie. That is a good movie. It is super cheesy. Yeah, it is. And you've got the what's his name? The guy who's got all the flair, hasn't he? And the ace of spades and all that sort of stuff, the cards and all that, and he shoots him in both his hands, doesn't he? It's a good one. I wasn't actually long ago I saw that again. I recently watched that actually. Lance Henriksen, Bishop. That's it, Bishop. Right. Yeah, he gives him one bullet, doesn't he? He'll shoot, don't worry. He'll shoot. Does it on instinct. That reminds me of the scene. Have you ever seen? I think it's another parody movie, and it's called Loaded Weapon. I think it's called, and they do the Sharon Stone scene. It might not, maybe it was Naked Gun. What was it? I know one of them, and it comes up on the screen, gratuitous beaver shot, and it's just a beaver sat in a chair whilst it spins. It was either Loaded Weapon or Naked Gun. One of those ones did it. Right, that is it, guys. I am going to actually end the stream and go and take some pictures of this little lot and go from there. Yeah. Think we're good. Jim, I hope you're still out enjoying your walk. I am going to press some buttons and make some things happen. Should we raid? There's 10 people watching. We should go and raid a channel, shouldn't we? Because that's the right thing to do. Don't worry, Jim. Yeah. Who is on that I've got on my? There is no one actually streaming that I know doing paint. So maybe we won't, because I wouldn't know who to go and raid. Yeah, so that I guess not. So on your admin, you know, your control panel that you go to, Jim, when you're streaming your dashboard, on the right hand side there's quick actions, and if you press the little plus symbol, it will come up with raiding, and you can add it to your screen. And what you do is you press raid a channel, and then it brings up all the channels you're currently following who are live, or you can just search for someone. So if I was to search for trying to see if I know anyone who's live at the moment, but doesn't seem to be many people around. But yeah, you basically search for a channel, raid one of those hot tub girls we know you watch. Oh, they're all offline, Jim. I don't know what to tell you, mate. You know. I don't know what to say, man. They're all offline. You know, I mean, I'd 100% do that if they were there, but they've all gone off. They must all be, like, I don't know, washing their bathing suits or whatever it is they do. I don't know. Yeah. So there is no one to go and raid, so that's it. We're not going to do it. I am going to say thank you, though. Thanks to everyone for watching. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the subscription, Jen. That was really awesome of you. They're all at my house. Now, Jim, let's not get into that. Yeah, that was really fun tonight. Thank you. Kept me company, and we got a project completed. So, yeah, super cool of you all. I'm going to see you all soon. See, you talked yourself into this one, Jin. I'm leaving you with that. I'm going to leave you with that. That walk better be a long one by the sounds of it. Thanks, everybody. I'm going to see you real soon, yeah? Hopefully back on... well, certainly back on Monday, because it's be Retro Monday on Monday to do some more retro video gaming. So if you want to see some old consoles, I'm going to be playing the Sega Saturn on Monday. If you want to see that. By the way, if you're watching this on Twitch, no, if you're watching this on YouTube, this was live streamed on Twitch. So if you got to this point, you've just watched a really long YouTube video. Well done. But come over to twitch.tv/The Hobby Lodge and give us a follow there to see this live streaming going on. But yeah, this was Wild West Exodus. This is the Union. There'll be painting videos, which will have the Enlightened, which I've already done, building, all the whole process. So if you're on YouTube, give us a like, give us a subscribe, and check out the videos there. But to everyone who is on Twitch, thanks very much for hanging out. Happy Halloween indeed. And I will speak to you all real soon. Yeah,